Okay, no, this is a horrible idea. Bad. Bad. No. This is bad. This is stupid. You're stupid. You know what? I will give him points, though. I'll give him, like, I'll give credit where credit is due. He hasn't complained about the relic weapon yet. This is a video by Lynx Kameli, who has been out of action for 2 years. Which, honestly, by the looks of it, is like he came to, I guess, 14 from World of Warcraft about a couple of years ago, but he quit apparently 2 years ago. So we're about to figure out what
Hello, everyone.
Don't scream at me. I'm sensitive right now. Let's watch this funny video. Let me just adjust my mic.
Hello, everyone. I was Lynx Kameli.
Oh, Jesus Christ, he actually did delete.
For the first time in recorded history, Final Fantasy XIV is currently going through a bit of a rocky period.
What period is that for the first time? Is this going to be another, like, very dramatic, like, generalization of, like, oh, there's not enough content, and it's like, just because there's, like, a content drought at the end of the expansion? Don't scream at me. I so wanted to do TTS Scream. No. Stop it.
Although I no longer play the game, I loved FF14 like...
Motherfucker doesn't play the game anymore. Motherfucker quit 2 years ago and he came back to drama grind.
No other game I had ever played.
Okay.
I've put in over 12,000 hours in the 6 years that I played.
12. How much did I put? What's my playtime actually? $467 days. Okay, 467 days multiplied by 24 hours. Another 24 hours. That's not too bad. I definitely felt like it's longer.
And I've seen the game transform over time from a highly creative niche substitute for World of Warcraft to an unrecognizable mess of oversimplification and lack of creativity.
I guess oversimplification, he's about to talk about rotations being 2 minutes or some shit. But I don't think we're lacking creativity. Every expansion and every fight is something new. Well, some of them are not as new, but it's like, I don't think we're lacking lacking in the creative department for this game. At least I don't think we do.
The opinions and ideas I will present in this video are feelings I have had for a very long time, much before I stopped playing the game, but I never felt comfortable sharing these feelings because FF14 has a critical issue. You.
Me? He knows about me.
Or...
Well, I guess he means like the drama-hungry people who when there's like no content there will just hunt down content and complain about fucking nothing. I guess that's what he's talking about. But it's like, I'm very confused. It's like, if there was ever a time to be afraid of like the public but wanting to give your opinion, it would probably be when you're leaving the game. Why come back just why like yell from afar that you hate the game like 2 years after?
Or more appropriately, the FF14 community. It's no secret that a large amount of 14 players are
What the fuck does he have against Rook? Rook is lovely.
Die-hard lovers that will not...
Why is he using her footage, of all things? This is Rook.
Accept any criticism or negativity towards their perfect game. Whenever someone brings up a problem they have with the game, they have to keep adding disclaimers that everything is fine out of fear of invoking...
I don't think anyone does that. I think only people who say that this thing is fine, they'll say this fine, but if they're complaining about it or criticizing, they will openly just say, yeah, this is a problem. I don't think nobody's walking that fucking line right now.
The wrath of the FF lovers.
This is such
No, fuck him.
a waste of potential because this dungeon could probably be badass, but instead they're going to make it brain dead easy to cater to casuals, and that's fine. That's fine. A vast majority of their content.
Is that what he's referring to? Because it's like this content is catered to casuals. And from a perspective of a hardcore raider, it's like, it is fine. There is content for casuals, but it's like, why Lynx is just being weird right now.
Is so that anybody can do it. And while that's good, and I'm not saying that they should take it away, they need to add some stuff that is a little harder, that not everybody can do it.
I do agree with, you know, on that. We need like harder, like they need to bring back like hard dungeons. Or like do something with the dungeons besides criterion. Either criterion, there needs to be more than 3 criterions. Like every few patches, just like a very difficult dungeon.
Like, I'm not saying they need to...
However,
there you go, see?
community sentiment seems to be declining for the first time in ever.
No, that's not true. Every fucking end of expansion. I've been here for 3 endings of an expansion.
I mean, Zepla, FF14's beacon of positivity and happiness,
yeah, sure, I guess.
released a 36-minute video going over all of her issues with FF14's current expansion.
To be fair, that video is literally just doom talking. She's saying nothing like productive or like anything that's worth criticism. She's just literally just saying, I don't like this. I don't like everything. Everything's bad. Devs are bad. They're lazy.
And larger core issues with the game as a whole.
He's gonna bring up the relic, isn't he? He's gonna bring up the fucking relic, isn't he?
How this was surprising. I mean, that's like a WoW player.
That is a very good point. I think Xeno is now the beacon of positivity. And Walker is the worst, according to some people, apparently. Brother, you seen our AR? Yep, they just... People are very spoiled.
Saying World of Warcraft is actually a...
To be fair, I'm not saying it's a good expansion, but it's not as bad as these people fucking make it out to be. There's so much doom talking.
A good game. Like, that
hold on, what the fuck did he just say?
I mean, Zepla, FF14's beacon of positivity and happiness, released a 36-minute video going over all of her issues with FF14's current expansion and larger core issues with the game as a whole. Now, this was surprising. I mean, that's like a WoW player saying World of Warcraft is actually a good game. Like,
there are people that say that, though. Though, mind you, most of those people are playing Classic, or they just only play Mythic Plus. But there are people that actually vouch for this. Arthas is gonna be the person that's vouching that, like, Dragonflight is a good expansion and the game is in a good spot right now. But it's like... I'm not sure what the comparison is here. I'm not sure if Lynx, like, even plays World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy XIV, because, like, he sounds a bit out of touch to me.
that is beyond controversial.
Beyond controversial, Jesus
and
fuck.
Yet, it seemed to go over well, with a large amount of people agreeing and seeing through the Yoshi P indoctrination.
Yoshi... I feel so bad for Yoshi P. Everyone's just pointing fingers at him. He's the director and the producer. He greenlights. He can put in a direction. But, like, not every decision or, like, quality control thing is gonna be, like, up to him.
Criticizing the game for its legitimate shortcomings, so clearly things are changing. Hence, me...
What the fuck has changed? Other than, like, the 2-minute rotation, it's like, we've gotten new content, but barely nothing fucking changed. We're still getting 3 alliance raids, 3 tiers of raids.
Finally feeling comfortable to talk candidly about a game I used to love and genuinely want to see succeed. I'll be bringing up 4 main topics.
The formula is breaking down. Repetition breeds apathy. It wasn't always like this. Who is this game for anymore? Jesus Christ, this guy is schizophrenic. These questions... Jesus fuck. Okay, you know what? He piqued my interest. Let's see where he's going with this.
In this video, however, I won't be discussing the story since I'm a story skipper.
That's
so
fine.
I don't have much to say on that, and it
Story's
does seem
not
to
for
be one of
everyone.
the last remaining good parts of FF14.
I hope whoever wrote 6.x patches is not writing Dawn Trail. Huh? See, I guess... No, fuck these people, because the story is very subjective, and I will accept that some people will just not like what I like. Some of these people just don't like the story of Dawn Trail, and that's fine, but they're immediately just throwing tomatoes and just saying this is the worst shit ever. Meanwhile, me, a Final Fantasy IV fan, I'm eating this shit up. Yum, yum, yum. Give me the story. I'm loving this.
Oh. Topic 1. The formula is breaking down.
Okay. Who wants to make bets what fucking formula he's gonna be talking about? I'm gonna say it's gonna be rotations. It's gonna be metas. the main story was part of the extremes, and probably I still think he's got to talk about the relics.
For anyone that has played FF14 for longer than one expansion, we all know that this game operates on an extremely strict by-the-books formula with 0 surprises.
Ooh, did we have an island sanctuary before? Or Criterion? It's like, wait, hold on, let me hear this again.
Down. For anyone that has played FF14 for longer than one expansion, we all know that this game operates on an extremely strict by-the-books formula with 0 surprises.
That's not true. That is completely not true.
Every expansion has 3 Savage Raid tiers, 3 Alliance
Someone pick up that phone, because I'm fucking calling it.
raids, 2 trial bosses at launch, and a new one every...
We had an extra trial boss in Shadowbringers. That was a surprise.
major patch, accompanied with a new dungeon. I mean, there is 0 room for going above and beyond.
My guy.
Just stick to what has...
I'm guessing he actually probably stopped playing right before we got an extra fucking extreme trial last expansion. For story reasons, mind you, for Relic.
always been delivered. And people are just simply getting tired of it.
I'm not. I'm actually loving this. Because, like, compared to World of Warcraft, you will either sometimes get, like, 5 raids per expansion, or you will just get 3. Or sometimes you will get 2.5, considering, like, some of the raids are just nothing, like, a couple of... Like, we had, in BFA, a 2-boss raid. It's, like, compared to some of the games where you just don't know what you're gonna get, no, this is good. This is good to have a schedule. People can plan their lives and, like, vacations, for example, or just, like, their time around these schedules. But there's, like, no fucking weird surprises that there's gonna be a raid with 12 bosses in Shadowlands or some shit.
There is definitely value in knowing what you'll be getting when you pay for an expansion. I mean, if any of you have been paying attention to Destiny 2, that game is a complete RNG loot box of what you'll get when you pay for an expansion.
We played a bit of Destiny 2, and I don't think we gotten past the tutorial area. That game is just not for us. I know there's a fan base that's enjoying the game. I know Whoops plays that game a lot, but it's like I'm not my cup of tea.
However, the downside to being extremely formulaic is you lose the ability to excite people. No longer am I...
Did he just... I feel like he just made the video just to specifically ride the drama train. Because we had so much new content this expansion. Sure, we didn't get the boss area. That's gonna be the usual fucking argument. But we got new stuff that they are planning to work on in the future. I'm very confused. What is he on about? Brother, we got way more this expansion, but we got spoiled as fuck. Yeah, I know. It's like, I talked about this, like, when I was watching Zeppel's video. It's like, she was talking like we got less content. But, like, looking back, we got way more content. Okay, we didn't get Baja or Eureka area, but we still got the same amount. We got so much content. New and old this expansion, if not more.
Sitting at the edge of my seat watching every live letter stream, theorizing with my friends on what they'll announce next. I know what's coming.
No, you don't.
Another 24-man raid. One new
He is really hung up on the 24-man raids, isn't he?
dungeon. A new trial boss. Another 4 bosses in the Savage tier. Except actually, the final boss of the Savage tier is 2 fights that are half finished to form a 5-boss raid tier. Pfft, whoa, dude. What are they?
Yeah, we are like 4 minutes into the video and he was already starting the voices.
I just made 1 fight that was fully complete. Okay, sorry, that's besides the point. I got a little off my rocker there. The point is, veteran players that have been around for a few cycles of the 14 formula are just getting burnt out.
Nobody's fucking burnt out. I'm so fucking tired of people saying they're burnt out. They're just bored. That's it. They're tired of being bored. They're just tired of logging in, wanting to do something in the game, but just not finding something they like to do, and just getting bored wanting to do something. Yeah, it's like majority of what they're complaining about in most of these videos is just it sounds like a them problem. They're just not able to find what the fuck to do. But they want to do something in their favorite game that is not giving them enough.
And what's strange about...
I'm just annoyed that they're all saying burnout. Because, like, do they not understand, like, the more they keep repeating burnout, because the devs will listen to us and they will give us less content because they will think we're very burnt out.
This is
now it's gonna translate to the Japanese devs like, hey, the Americans, they burned out. But it means bored.
Final Fantasy XIV has
This Steam statistics mean fucking nothing. You need to look at the overall ones. Because not everyone's playing through Steam. Including myself, actually.
grown immensely. I mean, the popularity of this game has only gone up over time, which...
It didn't. We had some booms, but the popularity is just slowly going up. It's more or less the same. We just had that one boom on the account of like Blizzard fucking up a lot for 2 expansions.
obviously means way more revenue, and yet...
My guy, that's not how revenue works. If the game makes more money, it doesn't mean more money is gonna go back into the game. It goes into the company. That's not how financing in businesses works. Just because you make more revenue doesn't mean you're gonna increase the studio.
What's to show for it? In fact, some of you might not know this,
It's like... No, I'm not gonna get
but
into
in
this.
Heavensward, we actually got 2 dungeons per patch. We've steadily been getting less dungeons with every expansion because you know what Square Enix does? Instead of investing the increased revenue to grow the game...
Invest, increased revenue. That's not how fucking financing works. Lynx, my guy, do you pay taxes? You earn the money, you put some away, you need to pay taxes. The more revenue they make, the less money they keep because they pay taxes as well, even as a business. And then that needs to be distributed according to studios as well. You need to pay bills. I'd have turned off the video already. I should as well, but I need to finish this at this point.
Game, they only ever move development to different pieces of content.
I've heard this argument before, and it's just because Yoshi P is working on 16. I swear to God, he's gonna talk about 16, isn't he? Give me a sec.
Never increasing the overall amount of content. The mystical question everybody's had this expansion is, where is Endwalker's Eureka and Bozja equivalent?
Nobody's asking. Well, a lot of people are asking, but it's like not a lot of people like are down for it. Nobody's thinks like, if Bozja was here, I would not be bored. It's like they need to understand that if a company gonna make more money, they're gonna put that money into projects. They're not gonna specifically put it back into the game. Because if you start increasing the game, you have to maintain it. A life service studio increase is a very long-term commitment for maintenance. That's why fucking Heroes of the Storm didn't work out. That's why like a lot of these like games are just dying on Blizzard's side.
Well, it's called Criterion Dungeons. No Ishgardian Restoration equivalent in Endwalker?
Is Guardian Restoration equivalent? Is that what he wants? Is that what he does for fun?
Yes, there is. It's called Island Sanctuary.
No.
Less dungeons in Stormblood onwards? Well, that's to make way for ultimate raids. You see, despite FF14...
Where is he getting all this information? Like, is there like anything to credit this, or is he just like pulling a lot of this stuff out of his ass?
exploding in...
Like, they're earning more money, but they're giving that money to someone else because they're bad. Like, a lot of these arguments seem to be just coming out of nowhere. They may give us less dungeons, mind you. They turn dungeons into ultimate content. Jesus fuck. I don't want another budget, to be fair. I mean, some of my friends do craft a lot. Yeah, same. Like, you see, that's one of my points. It's like, do you know who's not fucking complaining? Crafters. They're still crafting. They're still playing the stock market on the market board. They're fine. Bozja, we don't have to have it like every fucking expansion too. I'm fine with Bozja. People still go back to Eureka and Bozja. We don't necessarily need a third zone for us to grind.
Popularity and the cash shop overflowing with overpriced garbage.
I mean, some of those mounts are cool. I don't know why he's calling it garbage. It's like, okay, the posters, they're fucking weird, but a lot of the other stuff, I'm digging those. Like,
Dungeons in Stormblood onwards? Well, that's to make way for ultimate raids. You see, despite FF14 exploding in popularity...
Despite exploding popularity, he needs to make some friends that just know just a bit about business managing. Just one friend that could just tell him, like, what the fuck you on about? That's not how that works. That is not how you make a business work.
And the cash shop overflowing with overpriced garbage to milk the player base, Square Enix has never
Every MMO has a store as far as I know. Blizzard has a fucking very shameless one. But it's like, no one's forcing you to buy this stuff, especially if you're calling it garbage. It's like, you don't have to buy it unless you really want that orchestrion. Yeah, at least we don't need 7 plugins and the like to even play the game. And like, wow, that's true. It's like, I'm very happy that's like... Speaking of plugins, there's like damage meter right in the bottom right.
Added content to the game, only replaced content. And this formula is...
What content is replaced? Are people still that salty that content got cut? Nothing got replaced. You need to understand, Endwalker, like, obviously we're all unhappy. Even I'm unhappy that some of the content got cut. But you need to understand, there's a reason the fucking whole expansion was delayed by 2 weeks. There's a reason that, like, they were making Endwalker while COVID was happening. While people couldn't work, while people had to move tech, computers, all the NDAs through people's homes. It's like, sure, we deserve more content, but it's like, stop fucking making it out like content was replaced on purpose, out of spite. Yeah, like, there's a reason, like the fact that we got this much while they were developing shit during COVID, it's like, that's already great. I don't know.
It's just getting stale. Do I really want to...
It's getting stale. If you're content, to be fair, it's like most of the content creators make this argument, but it's mainly because they play the game nonstop, because it's part of their job, etc. You know who's not saying that it's getting stale? Is because he plays other games. He does say other things about the game, but it's like he's never called it stale, does he?
Spend $15 a month just to do another 24-man raid that is exactly like...
Why do they always say this, like, I'm paying $15 a month specifically to play one raid? No, motherfucker. You're going to be doing other raids, you're going to be farming ultimates, you're going back to Baj and Eureka. For $15 a month, whatever the fuck your currency is, you get multitude of expansions worth of content. You're just burnt out because you can't find what the fuck to do.
Like the ones that came before it. Topic 2. Repetition breeds apathy.
He's gonna repeat a lot of his fucking arguments, isn't he?
Beyond just sticking to the formula for content releases, FF14 has also lost all creativity when it comes to encounter design, which was arguably FF14.
We got some cool comment mechanics. Well, to be fair, that is just one mechanic, but it's like...
its greatest
let's hear him out.
Strength outside of the story for years. In fact, one of my most popular videos on this channel is me selling the game
2 years. That was shortly before he fucking quit.
to WoW players on how great the boss encounters are. But again, for those of us that have been around for a while, we have started to see the utter lack of innovation when it comes to boss design, even in the ultimate fights. Every mechanic is just a random combination of group stacks, prey markers, tether grabbing, limit cut, tower soaking, or god forbid clock spots. I mean, it's all been done before.
Ooh, he's getting emotional. But it's like, I do agree on that regard, that it's like a lot of these are very repeated. But he comes from World of Warcraft. It is the same thing over there. Spread, stack, focus ads, frontal. It's like, all of these mechanics are raid mechanics across multiple games. It's like, there's a bit of innovation here and there, but you can only break the formula so much. It's like, you're gonna have to work with this in multiple MMOs. There's like, you can only innovate in MMOs to a certain extent. It's like, you're gonna be dealing with these mechanics for a while. That's why we've been dealing with mechanics since the first expansion. That's why so many terms have been passed since ARR, Rod, Dynamo, Chariot, etc. It's like, twisters. It's like, anytime I see a twister cast in game, I think I need to move. It's not necessarily always the same thing, but it's like, you're gonna get repeated mechanics whether you like it or not, because it's an MMO.
There is no interesting new mechanics that challenge your gameplay ability. If you're a veteran player or no one...
Have you tried Ultimates?
Tell me if this sounds familiar to you. Oh, this mechanic is like this other mechanic in that other boss. Every boss is just a reskin of mechanics.
That's pretty much what I just said. But the same thing is happening in World of Warcraft as well. It's like, you're gonna get certain mechanics and you can reference other bosses. People will literally just reference World of Warcraft Classic in retail in terms of mechanics.
mechanics used in previous fights over and over. All you have to do when learning a new Final Fantasy XIV boss is find the safe spot, because do you know what every FF14...
Like, he is complaining about this, but I'm not hearing a lot of solutions, other than it's not creative enough for me. Like, my guy, you need to either offer some examples or solutions, or just like, there's nothing to complain about here, because this is just the standard MMO formula. You're gonna get the same mechanics in every fucking game. Also, whoever UI this is, what is this on the side? Why does he have 155 eggs?
mechanic in existence
I'm pretty sure this is not his footage, by the way.
is stand and let thing resolve.
Has he not done ultimates? It's like not even ultimates, it's like, if you... What other solutions are in games? You find safe spot to avoid AoEs. You move in a certain way to solve certain puzzles. It's same with World of Warcraft. It's just, I'm getting aneurysm because of this.
Seriously, when I had this realization is when I lost all interest in FF14 encounter design. Stand and let thing resolve.
I kind of see where he's coming from, because some of the mechanics are just like, you do one thing and there are a lot of explosions then happening. But again, that's just every fucking MMO.
That is every mechanic. There is no innovation to the gameplay, just simply a new twist on stand and let thing resolve.
Again, anyone who's complaining about this stuff, they really need to like provide examples. Like, I saw this game and I saw this mechanic, it was fun. This mechanic here, fun. I played this game. Hell, bring up Lost Ark. Maybe you play some single player game. You need to bring up examples. Because again, if a dev watches your video, all they're gonna get is like 15 minutes of you just being a salty little sausage and no fucking conclusion, because they can't get any feedback out of you. Like, what would you like? What is this innovation? How do you want us to break the game?
Where other MMOs have moving platforms that require careful jumping.
What? Hold on. Okay, he's bringing up examples, which is already a step up.
To the gameplay. Just simply a new twist on stand and let thing resolve. Where other MMOs have moving platforms that require careful jumping.
Has he not done Alliance right? The thing he complains the most is where he sees the raids.
Boss attacks that can be countered, which dynamically changes the fight every pull, or using height and gravity to create fun moments. All FF14 has is stand and let thing resolve.
I do agree that we are lacking like some of those fun parts. I know that some of the mechanics he's talking about.
Twist on stand every pull, or using height.
So in this situation, this is like the maiden of whatever the fuck she's called. So what's happening here is, to avoid, players get a bomb, right? And that bomb will do massive amounts of damage to the group if it's on the same elevation. And it will pop you up as well, like in height. So people have to jump down into the hole when it's close, when the timer is close to exploding, and they will fly up out of the hole, which is a stupid mechanic. It's a whole fight built around this one fucking stupid fight mechanic. But it's like, it's literally the same thing. Bait, AoE, move, tank busters, bombs.
Height and gravity to create fun.
Gravity is not a fucking mechanic.
Moments. All FF14 has is stand and let thing resolve. Grab the tether and let it resolve. Go to clock spots and let it resolve.
Like, he brings up like this as an example. This is a fight where you have to bait the AoE, like the green puddle under the boss. You have to bait it out and then move the boss and save space by that. You have to stop DPSing and jump off a platform to make the mechanic resolve. He's literally like confirming what the fuck he's saying himself.
All FF14 has is stand and let thing resolve.
I'm very confused about this guy now. He's seen all these mechanics. What the fuck is he on about?
spots and let it resolve. Hide behind the rock and let it resolve.
The same mechanics in World of Warcraft.
And this repetition of reusing old mechanics over and over on top of a non-changing gameplay formula leads to apathy. No longer are we challenged and asked to improve our gameplay ability. We are simply tasked with finding the safe spot and standing there until the thing resolves. And challenge in FF14 has actually been going backwards. The game is not even maintained.
Motherfucker stopped playing 2 years ago. I don't think he understands what he's fucking talking about. He started in Shadowbringers because that's when he started selling the game to people. Then he quit in Shadowbringers. I'm not sure if he played multiple expansions like he claims.
Maintaining the difficulty it used to have, but actually making everything easier and easier. Topic 3.
He's a tank. He did like tanking tutorials, so I'm pretty sure he genuinely sounds like he's only played one class.
It wasn't always like this. I understand that I might be coming across as a bitter old man yelling at kids for having fun. I'm only 24, by the way. But trust me, I absolutely despise nostalgia lords who blindly think everything was better in the past.
Isn't that what he's doing? Isn't that literally what he's fucking talking about right now? What?
However, we can empirically say that Final Fantasy has only gotten easier with every expansion.
In some regards, I do agree that some content got much easier. Dungeons, some of the fights on Savage, like actually most of the Savage fights are now very easy. Extremes, not all of them. But Ultimates, there's Top is now currently considered one of the most difficult fights. Not the most fun, but it's made very difficult, so...
Class design has completely stagnated and lacked...
I do agree on the class design. We need more fun. Like, healers need more buttons. A bit more variety in rotation. It shouldn't be just like 2-minute rotation, which is going to be very boring.
Any growth at all. I mean, it blew my mind that an actual popular opinion these days is...
To be fair, he plays Warrior. He mains tanks and he plays Warrior. My guy, you need to pick up a DPS class.
Is to make combo skills just one button that you spam over and over. Yeah, great idea, geniuses. You know, what if we just made every...
Did he find a random poll on Reddit and actually got upset about it? Is that poll why he's making this video? Oh my god, some guy on Reddit achieved his goal.
Class have one ability called the I win button. Maybe then you could convince yourself you're a good player.
What the fuck is this shit on screen?
Preach Gaming used to have a philosophy on class design he called moments of glory, where classes were not meant to be jacks of all trades, but instead have moments and encounters where their specific class had an area to really shine and do...
No, bad Lynx. Don't fucking do that. In World of Warcraft, we had that, but there's a reason in some raids people will bring 17 rogues to deal with a mechanic. There's a reason some raids will bring fucking 12 mages to solve a mechanic. I remember this in BFA. People would specifically find this as a solution. The only like class that would get its glory was Shaman, because they were just too nerfed, but SLT was too strong, so they just had to bring to raids. But what you're saying is just a way to break a game.
Do something special. Where are modern day FF's moments of glory? Pressing Fellcleave 5 times in a row?
At least he knows what the fuck his class does.
Yeah, that's real interesting and unique. The only class that can even have a moment of glory is Black Mage.
Dumb fuck. Why is Black Mage where he goes? Like when I think moments of glory, I'm thinking of when a healer has to LB3. Or a DPS has to LB3 to clear like an ad or something. Or a tank LB3. It's like, we have LB3. That is our moment of glory.
The class that the game director Yoshi P plays.
What the fuck?
In which they can save up instant casts and procs to do an entire phase of an ultimate fight without ever needing to hard cast a single spell. Now that's really cool!
Huh?
Try
Okay.
and find any other moment of glory on
I brought several examples.
any other class. They don't exist.
They do.
Bosses that used to require planned movement, careful positioning, and a consideration for your melee DPS's positional skills have devolved into bosses with hitboxes as big as the arena, or the godforsaken wall boss, where boss movement is literally impossible. You know, I might as well just be punching the air with how little the actual enemy I'm fighting matters in an encounter.
What is his issue with big bosses? Like, is the issue here that the boss is big? Is why is the huge hitbox an issue?
Forsaken wall boss, where boss movement is literally impossible.
Maybe he'll
You know, I might
iterate
as
on
well
this.
just be punching the air with how little the actual enemy I'm fighting matters in an encounter. Raid buff abilities that used to have very
Okay, he doesn't. What the fuck is he on about? I'm there. Like, I'm not even here to defend 14. It's like, it has a lot of its own fucking problems and issues, but it's like, I'm very confused. What the fuck is his problem with the... It's like, we're doing mechanics while doing a DPS, and the whole boss is like, where do you want to put him? Do you want to put him in the middle? Do you want to do positionals on the huge boss? Do you want melees to go to Africa just for a fucking positional? There's, like, some people just want to fight a really big fucking boss. Oh, of course, there you go. The 2-minute argument.
cooldown lengths requiring planned and coordinated burst timing to maximize damage on an encounter have devolved into every
See, you can tell the guy doesn't speed kill. Because he says, like, 2 minutes devolved into 2 minutes. But for some reason, people still speed kill. People still shorten the fight by 3 minutes. Why isn't it the case by his argument? Like, where's his argument here? Sure, let's just say there's a group, it does damage, and every 2 minutes burst. Sure, I get it. It's not fun. It's boring. But you can make it fun by working around it, moving buffs around, moving like bursts around, adjusting jobs as well. It's like, why do speed killers have so much fucking fun? I saw fucking I saw an 11-minute Uvo clear by Kindred. Holy fuck. Speed killing is fun. Like, these 2-minute bursts, they mean fucking nothing. You can delay bursts too. But if your whole argument is that you're a mid-core player and you stick to 2 minutes rather than innovate on your own, it's like, what the fuck do you want?
buff still either having a 60-second or 120-second.
But to be fair, in those days, like, having a 90-second and 3-minute like buff windows was very important. Specifically, like, this wasn't Shadowbringer. I kind of understand where he's coming from, but it's like, this is a bit of a silly argument. It used to be very important, but it's like, right now, this is just... The 2-minute, this is for casuals and mid-core players. You can still innovate on this.
Second cooldown, completely removing the planning of burst windows. And there's still so much more! The complete irrelevance of enmity and removal of tank stances, healers being...
Wait, what the fuck?
And there's still so much more! The complete irrelevance of enmity and...
No. Bad links. This right there, this is stupid argument. You need to watch some aggro management and some, like, specifically, again, innovate. Find some fucking friends, for fuck's sake. Innovate, do some speed killing, do some, like, there's a reason how, there's a T clear. Sure, I think it's a Japanese or, I think it's a Japanese team. But they had one healer, one tank. Because the monk had to have aggro on the ad. It's like, there is aggro management if, again, you innovate. If you want to be a basic, like, this game is going to be at the end still made for basic bitch babies. It is a Final Fantasy game, after all. But it's like, if you're hardcore and you want to innovate, sky's the fucking limit. People are doing this. Teams are doing this. People are speed killing. People are doing fights creatively. People solo heal top. People do blue raids. Like, it is impossible to aggro manage as a blue raid. Just because you have a tank stance, it's like your aggro means jack fuck. Especially with the difference of cooldowns. It's like, what the fuck is he on about?
Complete irrelevance of enmity and removal
What the fuck is this?
of tank stand.
The fuck is this? Do I not know these skills? I'm guessing this is from Stormblood. I started at the tail end of Stormblood. I played as a scholar and machinist. I'm not entirely sure what these are, so I'm not gonna leave a comment.
Healers being completely gutted into only having 2 damage skills, DPS classes having...
I do agree that healers need more DPS rotation and skills. Not too extravagant, because like we do have an issue where healers are just too focused on damage rather than healing and just letting people die. And if you're gonna start distracting them by an entire fucking rotation, they're not gonna be doing their fucking job. But I do agree that their rotation is fucking boring. Like the 2-button rotation needs to fucking stop.
Unique and interesting targeted utility skills like Mana Shift and Palisade.
Transfers up to 20% of your MP to target part. My guy, these skills are not needed. Next thing you're gonna say, you need TP back.
They deleted from the game conal AoEs that used to require dynamic movement and aiming to hit the most amount of...
Of course, he's a warrior main. I should have known he's gonna bring up the cone AoE.
Enemies homogenized into every AoE attack being a circle around your character, so you can't possibly miss an attack. I mean, I could go on forever!
I'm starting to think this whole video is about him just not liking change. He complained about lack of change, but then he talks about change, and it's just like, I don't like change. Because you can still position yourself, even if you're AoEing with a circle. Like, sometimes you have to.
Cross-class abilities that used to incentivize trying other jobs.
Okay, no, this is a horrible idea. Bad. Bad. No. This is bad. This is stupid. You're stupid. This was a pain. This was so fucking stupid. When I first played this game, this was like just such a pain. Because I wanted to play a certain class, but then I was told, no, you can't play this class until you level up another class, and then you cross those classes to unlock another fucking job, and that job is gonna get skills from these classes. It's like, no, this is stupid. You're stupid.
By leveling them up to borrow...
Why are you naked? Why aren't you? Huh? Take off your clothes.
A skill for your main job are now just auto-unlock role abilities, attribute points that added another layer of growth while leveling your character by giving you extra...
Was this actually a thing? Was this actually a thing? Like, you had to allocate points. I'm pretty sure this is probably this was replaced by materia. You also had elemental resistances. No, my guy, no. This is why this shit stays in classic and nobody wants to deal with this in any retail. Retail is not a good game, but it's not because it's liking all of this shit. It's like, we don't need this. This is a bit dumb. No.
Extra stats are gone. I mean...
You know what? Fair enough. This is the Naked Club.
Jesus Christ,
He's very emotional, isn't he? He's just like... Just across the video, he's just ramping up on emotions.
Expansion is just
He just hates that the game that he quit is just going downhill.
Another round of wait and see what they delete this time.
I hope they delete like a bunch of other warrior skills. I want him to make another video like in Dawn Trail, just like, where the fuck is my fell cleave?
Ugh. Misshapen Chair made a video going in depth about how the dumbing...
Fuck's sake. Of all videos, he's referencing Misshapen Chair. Okay, you know, let's go.
Down of class design.
Fuck's sake.
And it's removing interest for veteran players, and I want to say that these changes don't help new players either. The greatest strength a game can have is being a game that is easy to learn but difficult to master. What happens when the game is easy to learn and easy to master?
It's not easy to master. Again, you need to find some friends. You need to do some challenges in this game. You need to actually improve, kill shit faster. You're just stuck in like what majority of the midcore players are doing. Find some friends, do some blue mage raids, man. Stop playing just warrior.
You know, as veteran players, we often have to huff...
You're not a veteran player, man.
Copium by saying...
Just because you played for fucking 6 years is not a veteran. It's not a veteran, especially considering how like narrow-minded you are about the majority of this. Just because in the good old days, when Final Fantasy Classic was fun, it's like, you just don't like change.
That, well, the game isn't made for us. It's made...
No, it's made for you. You're just fucking bored, and you're just refusing to innovate on your own.
Made for new players.
You want a lot of stuff on a platter in front of you.
And us veterans are just marketing tools.
You know what? I will give him points though. I'll give him like I'll give credit where credit is due. He hasn't complained about the relic weapon yet.
Get new players to try the game, but that doesn't last forever. There isn't an...
Yeah, they get sick of the game in Realm Reborn or Heavensward. That's why Asmongold is not coming back to the game.
Infinite pool of new players you can constantly bring in. Eventually,
We're bringing in plenty of players, my guy. There's plenty of players and they're fucking playing just fine. They're raiding, they're enjoying raids, but it's like, it's just you who spends too much time in this game.
those new players become veteran players too, and they will realize all the problems with the game and end up logging out for the last.
Again, like, you're finding problems. Because you have too much time on your hand. You're too bored, so you're looking around and you're considering everything a problem. You're refusing to innovate on your own. You're... Like, again, the game has plenty of problems. There's so many other issues that need to be voiced out. But being bored is a stupid fucking reason to keep complaining.
Last time. What happens when there is no more new players?
It's not gonna happen. Again, I'm gonna bring up fucking Blizzard as an example multiple times. Blizzard had 3, let's say 4, no, 3, let's leave Cataclysm alone. They had 3 very horrible expansions. Well, Pandaria had, like, the tail end of it was not too bad, but it's like Worlds of Draenor, Shadowlands, BFA, it's like that game was just shitting the bath for so long, for years. Then the whole allegations and other, you know, court cases dealing, and they're still fine. There's still people playing that game. Arthas, when he's bored in 14, he'll go play World of Warcraft. It's like people are still coming to the game. Even new players will play both classic and retail. It's like, god damn, my guy. The game is gonna be fine. We're gonna keep getting newer players, and they're gonna like the content that's being made.
Topic 4. Who is this game made for?
Definitely not you, because you're a bored little sausage.
Every simplification, every deletion of a system, every dumbing down of an interesting mechanic.
Why do they all, like, one expansion where they're not getting a budget area, they delete it. They're purposely not giving us the content. They're hiding it from us.
Has always been seen as making the...
I know I'm making fun of them, but it's because I've already reacted to so many of these videos, and it's like, at this point, this is just funny to me. They're all saying the same thing, and it all comes down to them being bored. They're gonna call it burnout, but it's just they have nothing to do in the game because they spend too much time in the game. They're upset that the game itself is not entertaining them. Any changes in the game, they don't like. Any other new content, they don't like. Content that's not here but was in the last expansion, they miss it so much now. And it's like, they never offer any insight, any proper examples. He brought up like a couple of examples from other games, but just like a few. And all of those examples we have in this game. We literally have the like he said, height as a mechanic, P10S, tank busters. I have to fly across to another platform, man. All of these things are in the game. They're just too fucking bored. So they're looking around for reasons to bitch.
Game more approachable.
And this shit is not something he wanted to complain about 2 years ago. He's just riding the drama train now. I'm very I'm convinced of this now.
My question is, with this never
E4S, that is actually a very good example. He literally showed Titan footage previously. Height was a fucking mechanic.
ending crusade of making the game easier and easier
Yeah.
without ever expanding the available content or adding on to the existing gameplay formula, what is the end goal for Final Fantasy XIV? Everything I loved about the
It's an MMO. What fucking end goal? World of Warcraft has been around for over 15 years. They don't have an end goal. What the fuck you on about?
game has either been removed or dumbed down to the point of being menial. As someone who got into the game for the unique class design and amazing raid encounters, I've had
No, you got into this game because you were bored of the same shit in World of Warcraft. Only in World of Warcraft, you were also made to work for it a lot more than you were in 14.
to sit and watch as all the interest in class design was slowly whittled away, making every class dull and homogenized. I've had to sit and watch as all the creativity and raid design slowly evaporated into a
You also need to understand, it's like, just how complicated do you want to make a class? Because people will still also want balance. Like the previous iteration of Summoner, it was tedious to play. It was tedious. Just you had to put twice more work into your rotation just to do the same damage as other classes, sometimes even less. Let's say Black Mage does just a bit more damage, and because their rotation is so quirky and wacky. But it's like in World of Warcraft, play Arcane Mage That rotation is not simple. No fucking player is gonna start playing a game and think, wow, this is very simple to understand. No, they have to watch a guide. Like, okay, let me bring up an example here. Because he's a World of Warcraft player. Arcane, Mage, rotation. Alright? Let's say, rotation, by the way, 16 minutes, mind you. 17 minutes. Okay, what's the latest one? This one's 21 minutes. What the fuck? 21-minute guide to play your class in World of Warcraft. And you're complaining about a dumbed down rotation? No, shut the fuck up. We will not get any new... This is while retail is dying because it's just not very new player friendly. Like, fucking 21-minute guide to one class spec. Those classes have 3 specs, sometimes even 4. And they need different fucking rotations.
Smash of reusing the exact same mechanics for years on end. And if the trend continues, at some point, your favorite features will end up being dumbed down or deleted.
Oh no, not the ERP section. Not the... I don't know. I'm fine, honestly.
So what is the end goal here? Who is...
Like, he's upset that rotations have been simplified, and mechanics are very similar to the ones before. But he's played World of Warcraft and like all of the shit has been there. He's played other games, all of the shit is there.
The game
what the fuck ever at this point.
Cat moms who play 1 hour a month and...
That is also, yeah, that is actually a very good point, Levy. In World of Warcraft, you will not be accepted into groups because you're not good enough. Radar IO, ahead of the curve, all of that shit. It is so difficult to get through so many fucking hurdles and obstacles just to be able to actively raid or play. And this is like besides the people who will fucking blackmail you to so that you would trade people gold, otherwise they will not kill the last boss with you in the Mythic Plus. Besides that, there's a reason in World of Warcraft, I'm not even gonna call this elitism, but it's like the requirements are so fucking unreasonable and much higher and so unfriendly towards newer players. If I make an alt in a new expansion, I have to grind my rider area from fucking nothing, and people will just not want to join, or just not want to play, or not accept me into their groups. New players are not allowed to have fun in that game. And then I also had to fucking do a number of things just to do other things. Yeah, it's like, God forbid you try to learn and get good at that game. It's like, like Final Fantasy is literally learning on World of Warcraft's mistakes. There's a reason retail is fucking empty. There's a reason for that. There's a reason World of Warcraft retail is just close to fucking deserted right now. People only play Mythic Plus. Nobody even raids anymore there. Meanwhile, 14 is just fucking fine.
Spend that entire time crying because the pixels on the screen said a sad word? Leveling roulette mains who...
Wait, hold on. What the fuck?
Who is the game made for? Cat moms who play 1 hour a month?
The fuck is his issue with some of these people? Rook, Laradity now? And I know this scene. This is a very important fucking scene. This is when, you know, Grahatia appears and unveils that it was him. It's like a lot of people are very attached to this game. They're like, just because you're a story skipper, it's like, what the why are you having a go at these people? Leave them alone.
Month and spend that entire time crying because the pixels on the screen said a sad word?
That's pixels on the screen. My God, you need some friends. You need a pet. Get a pet. Get a cat. Learn to have some, like, I'm not even asking you to learn some empathy, just like learn what a fucking emotion is. What the fuck are you bitching about?
Leveling roulette mains who spend the entire expansion leveling classes that they will have no...
A lot of people care for the story because, God, do they care for a story that is kept. Yeah, exactly. If you're a story skipper, like, that's fine. But a lot of people are playing through the story through multiple expansions. They like the story. Now he's upset that there's a story in his game. He doesn't like the story. He doesn't like the rotation. He doesn't like the race. My guy, play other games. You're clearly just upset that you're bored in the game because you don't like anything that's happening in there. You're gonna blame the devs. You're gonna blame change. You're gonna blame other things. You're clearly just very, very fucking unhappy. You make some points that I agree with, but the majority of the point of this video, it's fucking nothing. It's worth nothing. There's nothing to take away from this video. If a dev watches this video, they're gonna take nothing from this. Because all you so far, you have just bitched. You say, this is too easy, this is too This is not innovative enough. This is a story in my Final Fantasy game. Oh, people like this game, and that upsets me too. Like, what is your problem with other people liking this game? Jesus fuck.
No use for at max level? Roleplay mains who don't even do any content at all? And
does he review his own footage? He's literally showing a lot of these role players having fun. Even they have a live DJ, for fuck's sake. I don't get a live DJ during raids. But yeah, I'm very confused. It's like, I want a DJ during raids. What the fuck?
and spend their sub money dancing at player-made clubs?
See, they have something he doesn't have. A social life, even if it's in game. But they talk to other people, they socialize, and they make their own fun. They innovate on housing, they innovate on socializing. They're having fun, and this is upsetting him. What the fuck is wrong with him? There's nothing wrong with role-playing.
Look, I'm not trying to shit on those kinds of people.
You are, man. You are. You are just being a dickhead.
But if that's who the game is targeting...
It's not targeting them. You're still being fucking stupid.
Then why even bother making high-end raids? Why even bother adding new classes?
DSR is the best raid I've ever done in whatever fucking many years that I've played this game and World of Warcraft and Lost Ark and other games together where I've raided. There's a reason. Some of the raids are fucking phenomenal in this game. Some of them are obviously boring or fucking shit. But it's like, just you're just being so fucking salty over nothing. You're so mad that you quit a game and no one let you fucking complain about it. And now you're just trying to complain about fucking nothing.
To the game, why even bother with anything?
I do agree that Zerimus is like a very boring fight. Extremes are not fun, but they're meant to not be fun for hardcore raiders. I'm not really a hardcore raider, but I'm an active raider. It's like, this is for mid-cores and casuals, and they have been asking for content like this for a while.
But the MSQ, the point I'm trying to...
What the fuck? Hold on.
Then why even bother making high-end raids? Why even bother adding new classes to the game? Why even bother with anything but the MSQ?
He's fucking stupid, isn't he?
The point I'm trying to make is that on top of catering to the cat moms, the leveling roulette mains, and
he's so upset that other people like this game. What the actual fuck? Who hurt you, my guy?
RP enjoyers, the game used to cater to everyone.
It still does. People literally get upset that it caters to everyone, to crafters, to roleplayers, to housing, to raiders. And a lot of people are complaining because it's like they feel like if, for example, housing wasn't in the game, and I kind of agree that that would be the result. If housing was not in the game, a lot of rating quality would be just way, way higher. But it caters to everyone. Some people want to enjoy a social RP life in this game. They don't want to fucking raid. Fucking chill.
It used to cater to the high-end raid enjoyers who wanted in-depth class design to master and theorize.
They still do this. Check speedrunning videos. Check Momo's videos. For fuck's sake, check some speedrunning videos. Jesus Christ, man.
How to max.
Like, why are you playing this game? If you want specifically raiding content, play some single-player games. Play Stranger in whatever the fuck the Final Fantasy game other one is. Play Final Fantasy 16 for fuck's sake. You clearly don't want to socialize. You're skipping the story. You want the fights. Play Dark Souls. Play Souls-like games. Play other games. What is this fucking complaint that you have to socialize with people?
Maximize on a fight-by-fight basis. It used to cater to the...
I'd like to point out that he's getting a cover right now in this footage. Hold on, I'm very curious. What the fuck did he do? Okay. We got Frost, debuffs, we got one fire. Fire's in the group. Some people will need to leave. He's tanking, he has Frost, he needs to be in the group. He needs to be in the fire.
It used to cater to the high-end raid
health
enjoyers
dropped.
who wanted in-depth class design to master and theorize how to maximize on a fight-by-fight basis.
What is happening here? Wait, hold on. I'm trying to figure out. Okay, I remember there used to be like a shell, but that was like an extra buff for fucking no reason. He has no defensives. Wait, hold on. He has defensives. He's just not using them. He's not using the defensives, and his co-tank has to cover him. What?
Used to cater to the mid-core semi-invested
Oh no,
players
Holy
who
Spirit.
wanted a
Okay,
goal to chase
so
with
he's not
relic
healing.
weapons.
Just spamming Holy Spirit instead.
Actually wanted a game to get invested in and master. On top of the new...
What is this threat? I'm not even interested in what he's saying. I'm actually curious. Why the fuck would he need to cover here? Unless he's trying to manage some cooldowns. I'm gonna assume he can do at least that much.
Players, the casuals, and Twitter spamming Graha Tia.
It really fucking bothers him, doesn't it? That other people are having fun and like the characters. My guy, is there like something you want to say? Are you like not trying to like deny that you like the pixels on the screen? Like what the fuck?
Sims. But it's not that way anymore. And I just don't know who the target audience is for this game.
You know, it's for... My guy, you know who this game is for. You're just upset that it's also for you, but you're not getting more yummy content that you like.
I don't know if Square Enix just wants you to simply play the patch by coming back once every 4 months to complete all the new content in 4 hours.
To be fair, they kind of do. They do release the content, but it's like some players like you... I'm actually going to assume it's not you, because you clearly not do content, but a lot of players are specifically complaining because they're not doing anything else but the latest content. They don't do anything in between. Our P players are having the fucking time of their life. They're not complaining. Crafters are not complaining. They're also having fun crafting and whatever the hell they like it doing. I know they do because they're all over the place. They're crafting. I talk to them. I barter and sell them stuff too. Like they buy a lot of cerulean tanks constantly. I'm very confused. What is this guy's problem at this point? I'm just lost.
Hours and go, oh, that was...
Like, I'm not even... Okay, no, I know what this guy's problem is. I'm just very confused. What is he trying to achieve specifically with this video?
Cool, I guess. And then log out for 4 more months. It doesn't seem that way with how slow the gearing up process takes, or the hooks they have to keep you resubbing with things like the auto demolition timer for housing.
Again, we got limited housing. People will literally be locked in their house if there's too many people in the ward. No... Everyone cannot have the house, but if you get a house, you know what the fuck you're committing to. You get these warnings, you know why you're subbing, but it's like, what fucking riveting and active housing content that you do that you need to keep that house, that you need to pay money if you don't want to play this fucking game. What is in that house that, like, do the police need to check your basement? Like, what the fuck is in that house that you cannot fucking unsub?
Where you can't take a break longer than 45 days, but if they want us to continue playing week after week, paying our monthly $15 entry fee, then why are they removing all of the interest and challenge for players who do spend a large amount of time playing the game?
So far, he's only complained that the only thing I'm thinking back on his entire video, they changed, but they didn't really remove a lot of stuff. What is the fun stuff that he's talking about? Did he want that tank stance, whatever the fuck that skill was? Was that one button so riveting and fun to play?
Week after week, paying our monthly $15 entry fee, then why are they removing all of the interest and challenge for players who do spend a large amount of time playing the game? I don't subscribe.
You're just bored doing the same thing. MMOs can only do so much, man.
Subscribe to the idea that making everything easier and simpler ends up keeping new players.
If you do something long enough, everything's gonna be easier. You're just, my God, you're just tired. You need to play other games.
Players invested for longer. In fact, I think it's the opposite. I think expanding the available content, keeping a high skill ceiling for players to master, and constantly creating unique encounters to genuinely challenge your gameplay ability gives players a reason to play the game more than the required 4 hours.
This is just, honestly, just sounds like a raider complaining. Hold on, let me listen to this so I can give it a fair fucking judgment.
Players to master and constantly creating unique encounters.
You mastered it, that's why the fucking game is easy.
To genuinely challenge your gameplay ability gives players a reason.
We got ultimates for challenging content.
To play the game more than the required 4 hours a patch. I used to think that all the simplification to class design would mean players would have an easier time getting better at the game, so they could tackle.
That is true. They do have an easier time getting better at the game.
Harder content, but as I'm sure all of you know,
I don't.
Even in FF's easiest state of all time, people in roulettes are still terrible at their class.
What? people in roulettes are horrible at the people who level play roulettes. People who don't know their class will play roulettes. People who haven't used a single tank cooldown will play roulettes because it's easy XP. Hold on, is he I refuse to believe that he's bitching about people in roulettes right now.
Content, but as I'm sure all of you know, even in FF's easiest state of all time, people in roulettes are still terrible at their classes. People in party finder groups are still floor magnets that do 1 DPS.
He's schizo. You will always get shitter players in Party Finder, but you will also get fucking amazing players in Party Finder. There's a I recently did UCOB in Party Finder, 6 days until I cleared it. I had so many shit players that I saw, but I also saw some fucking champions. I made friends. I socialized. Those people met me in Party Finder again. We made friends. I still talk to some of those people. It's like, you're complaining about roulettes and party fight. You're just complaining about other people. You're not happy that people like the story. You don't like the people like the pixel on the screen. You don't like that other people like the rotation that you don't. You're just a very miserable fucking guy, my guy. You need to chill. You need to get some friends. You need to get some, like, go outside. Go for a walk, my guy.
And again, I'm not trying to shit on the—
You are. That's all you've been doing. You've literally been shitting. You've been calling just normal people cat moms for some fucking reason.
These people. My point is that if someone doesn't have an interest in taking that step into the world of playing well and learning to optimize, then they—
That's you! That's literally you! It's you, my guy. You're a little guy. That's you. You're not willing.
They just won't. No amount of simplification, homogenization, and dumbing down or deletion of systems is going to make Johnny Two Fingers become a good player.
Literally complaining about people in Party Finder, this dumb fuck.
It just makes the game—
Like, I'm not usually this toxic or like this mean to people, but him bitching like this is just...
less interesting and fun for those of us who want to spend a little more time on the game.
No, you don't need to spend more time in the game, my guy. You need to either play other games or socialize or get some friends.
And get a little more invested. And this—
You want to get more invested, but you're just not investing yourself. Get a speed kill group, my guy. Like, seriously, you're not innovating on your own rotation here.
This is the crux of everything I've said. The path Final Fantasy XIV has been going down does not tangibly—
You're just a miserable guy.
Improve the game for new players.
Like, this is just not, this is not about World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy 14 anymore. I get it. You like Final Fantasy 14, you want to play it, but it just doesn't have content for you right now because you're just not into anything else but whatever the fuck you want. Do some ultimates, my guy. There's people literally are in Party Finder 24/7 trying to either practice, learn, or farm ultimates. Some people literally have like over 100 top clears. Because they like raiding, they like ultimates, they like optimization. Find a speed kill group, my guy. You're just like, you're doing nothing. I know you're doing nothing because you're showing me footage from more than 2 years ago. This is Stormblood footage. Like, either chill or fuck off at this point.
Players, because eventually they too will become veterans and reach a point where there is no more challenge or interest in the game.
I do agree that some people just have nothing to do, but some people are just not complaining about the game. Literally, just watch some of Xeno's games. He's been, I'm pretty sure, playing the game longer than you. Actually, he has, because he played with Sophia in like 1.0. He complains about the game, but he's just like, he's still playing it. But he also plays other games on the side. He's not saying the game is dying. He literally says the opposite. You really need to take in feedback from people who are fucking more active than you.
For them. This game that I gave 12,000 hours of my life to and 6 years of enjoyment.
You put, actually, I'm starting to see the problem. You put 1,200 hours in a very short amount of time. Very short amount of time. You just, I'm pretty sure you stayed AFK in Limsa or near your FC house or some shit. And then you did the same content until you got tired of it.
has taken away
Oh, well.
everything I once enjoyed about it. I just want the game I once loved to be good again.
No.
It has been in the past, and I desperately hope it will be
No, my guy, no. It's not gonna be anything.
in the future. Thanks for watching.
My guy just... He just doesn't like change, but he will complain that there's not enough change. He's all over the road. I'm just so fucking confused what the fuck he wants. The examples he's bringing up are very pointless because they're rating the game. The arguments are also very fucking bland because he's talking about fucking nothing. He just doesn't like other people liking the game that he used to like. My guy, you moved on. Play something else. It's fine. Anyways, that was a video.